With the last Hitman game, subtitled Blood Money, having been released in the now distant 2006, fans of the series were craving for another modern Hitman game. As is with any of the beloved classics, the challenge and obstacle the developers have to overcome is great indeed for the game to be true to its roots. Many times now have we seen old games reimagined and streamlined, as the developers and PR people so eloquently put it, but mostly this was, in my opinion, simply a fancy cover-up of the dumbing down of an otherwise complex and enjoyable title. And with Hitman games always concentrating on stealth, patience, observation, careful planning and execution, making a worthy sequel was a tall order in the modern world of action-packed first-person shooters and other action-oriented entertainment. While many, including myself, have been afraid that this modern iteration would shift the game mechanics from stealth to action, I can happily say this isn't so. Quite on the contrary, with the cover mechanic that has been absent from the previous games in the series, it is now ultimately much easier and more enjoyable to duke it out with your opponents. No more awkward strafing to and from obstacles to take potshots at those that would end 47's life. But what about the bread and butter of Hitman games, stealth? Did they do it justice? In a word, yes. Stealthy movement is both less frustratingly slow, as well as versatile with the cover mechanic, since you can now hug a wall and keep moving along it to avoid being spotted. On lower difficulty levels, the player gets a simple visual and audio warning of when someone has a sight of our assassin. You will soon learn to use this to your advantage and listen to the noise change its pitch, making the system much more forgiving than in the previous games, where you needed to stay completely invisible to others. I was skeptical of the instinct mechanic at first, which gives you an X-ray view of the nearby guards and even their intended patrol paths. It felt as if it would make the game too easy. However, the patrols are cleverly placed, sometimes giving you a wide berth, while at other times offering a small window of opportunity to get to the next location without being spotted. When 47 has enough instinct, you can walk past guards with the same outfit you're wearing and they will not recognize you, but instinct is spent quickly and is more of a rare commodity, so you'll need to plan ahead instead of simply taking a disguise and walking through a level. The top-down, all-seeing map from the previous games is gone, which is actually a good thing, as it makes for a somewhat more tense experience when you don't know a level in advance. Disguises are also more powerful this time around, since dressing into, for example, a guard of the premises will render you effectively invisible to the workers who will not recognize you. Other guards will still be able to see through you, however, which is where instinct comes into play. While interesting, I feel that this feature is somewhat lacking. When you take on a policeman's disguise, for example, it is a bit ridiculous that every cop in the crowded streets will know their co-workers' faces and recognize you for not being on their team. When you do get spotted, the game still gives you a chance to salvage the situation. Unlike in the previous games, the pursuing guard will order you to give up and you can actually fake a surrender, ending in a swift disarm of the enemy. Unfortunately, there are usually other guards around that will force you into a firefight, sending your stealth and score down the drain. The entire game offers you to assassinate your targets in a variety of ways, as well as giving you the chance to play through the levels as you wish, whether this is in the way of killing everything that moves or staying in the shadows, eliminating your target without ever actually being seen. The game will never force you into a conflict you do not wish to partake in unless you're careless, making it theoretically possible to get to the end without ever firing a single shot, although one of the last missions includes a bit of environmental obstacles that require just that. This time around, you have many more options of using the environment to your advantage, whether it's sabotaging equipment to attract nearby guards, jumping through open windows, or climbing and moving along ledges. 47 is definitely more athletic and uncompromising here. There are many occasions on which your target will keep visiting one or more areas in which you can prepare a trap and kill them without actually getting near. These assassinations are very well done, and some will definitely warrant a chuckle.
Wait. Crack a bottle and get ready to light my fire.
The game's polish is very high, from graphics, animations, to the attention to detail. Playing Hitman Absolution will be a treat for your eyes as well as the ears. Weapons feel powerful, and taking down enemies with a silent sniper rifle is a lot of fun. Voice acting of the main characters is top-notch, the actors really bringing their digital counterparts to life, whether evil, crazy, or, in many cases, a combination of the two.
Well, now they won't be looking for a killer, will they, huh? Killer. Yee-haw! I'll tell you, I don't ordinarily yee-haw, but this is a fucking yee-haw! Fucking Christmas! Here, take a slash. Nah. On second thought. Tinkle, tinkle, little jar.
Wait, could you please not do that?
There are, however, some bad points to this otherwise great Hitman game. Even though 47 is supposed to be a genetically engineered super assassin, there are far too many times in the game where he seems downright careless, making him jump completely out of character and breaking the immersion somewhat. While it makes space for a few cool missions afterwards, it leaves a rather bitter aftertaste that the mythical assassin has become too soft. The agency, which is your enemy, is now mostly represented by one character that reminds me more of a drunken schizophrenic bent at sowing death and destruction wherever he wanted. In essence, they feel more like a terrorist organization than a fabled contract agency.
Okay, people, listen up. I'm giving a green light on this operation. I want 47's head on a platter in front of me ASAP.
Sir, don't you think that our priority is on reacquiring the girl right now?
No, Jade. First, we neutralize the rogue element that started this mess. He'll know where she is. Trust me. We get 47. We get the girl. We can't afford to fuck this up! It's time to send in the saints.
What's more is that both 47 and the agency are hinted and talked about by some of the NPCs in the game, again breaking the immersion of the invisible, all-powerful third party that considers itself above the law, but never really shows itself and is thus practically a myth. The story, likewise, falls short of impressive, but on the other hand, story was never truly the main attraction of Hitman games. The game also offers every player the chance to create his own contracts in a simplistic but effective way. Select a level from the campaign, mark the targets you wish to assassinate, then carry out the deed yourself. That will prove the contract can be done and also define under what circumstances, be it without using a weapon, not being detected or similar. It only adds to the replayability. Absolution is also very well tailored for PCs. There are plenty of graphical options, keyboard binds and miscellaneous bobs and switches to satisfy your need to tinker with the game and make it run to your specifications. Getting most of the things right and only a few bad, Hitman Absolution is a game you want to buy and play if you like stealth games. Final verdict, 8.5 out of 10.
Hey, did I send